Joining us now, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, three-time MP and senior jurist. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. Firstly, let's talk a little bit about what's happened today, Dr. Singhvi. It appears now that Navjot Singh Sidhu has been granted a few of his demands. That's why there's been this Chief Minister meeting with Chief Minister Channi. What exactly has the Chief Minister agreed to grant him?
I don't think, Vishnu, it's that kind of a, binary situation that you meet and you say 1, 2, 3, 4. I think what is important is that a process has started. They have both been convivial. They have both been interactive. The Chief Minister reached out and Sidhuji reached back. So I think this is a good start. But I think there are no such things as, ticking off from a list and no preconditions to things like that. We do believe that perhaps everybody has dissatisfactions, but Sidhuji may have reacted too much in knee-jerk, emotion, suddenness, impulse. And therefore, I think it's good that the two are talking, and we have to leave it at that.
What about party discipline?
Well, I don't see any issue of party discipline in the sense that Sidhu has only sent a resignation not yet accepted.
No, but the fact of the matter is that he forced the change of the Chief Minister. He couldn't become Chief Minister himself. He quit from his post as PCC President. And then the party unit is surprised, the new Chief Minister is surprised.
No, there is no question of resignation or not being a party chief being a matter of disciplinary action. Yes, I agree with you that there is absolutely consternation that suddenly he chose to do this. Nobody is agreeing with that. I don't see any particular irritant, and there might have been many, which could have justified the way he reacted. But then equally, I think both people and all the other people involved are showing sufficient large-heartedness to interact and meet up. Things happen in a suddenness, anger, a sudden feeling, but I think that's now being curbed. But I can't say what will happen. See, ultimately it is for individuals to decide.
How would you respond therefore to people who say, for example, Captain Amrinder Singh, who says that that Navjot Singh Sidhu is erratic? He used a stronger word. I'm not using that, but he seemed to suggest that he's erratic.
It is very clear.
And therefore the Congress, Amrinder Singh, who till just a few days back was a Chief Minister, believes that, if you back Navjot Singh Sidhu, you're going to be in trouble.
See, Vishnu, a fully thought out decision was taken. Captain Saab is one of our tallest leaders in that state. There is no doubt about that. I have no hesitation in saying that. Equally and a bit surprisingly and paradoxically, he appears to have lost the support of an overwhelming majority of MLAs. Now, therefore, these things happen. A decision was taken. I am not going into the manner, mode, his hurt, his lack of hurt, etc. But it did happen and he has resigned very gracefully. Now, we all know that the equation between the two Sardars, Captain and Sidhu, is not good. That's obvious. I would be less than candid if I papered it over. You don't expect them to speak good things about each other. So I think what they are saying about each other needs to be discounted. What is important is that today, there is a system where there is a Chief Minister and there was a PCC President till a few hours ago or a few days ago. Whatever is to happen on that front, but ultimately, let me be very clear with you, Vishnu. Politics does not contemplate or tolerate a vacuum for too long. Never has, never does, just like...
And therefore, if there is a vacuum over there, you already see what the Aam Aadmi Party is trying to achieve.
The vacuum in any event this way or that way is going to be very short-lived.
Right, but it could have, that vacuum, and that's the correct word, sir, could affect you perhaps more than anybody else, the Congress party.
Again, I would be less than candid if I did not say that a lot of these things could have been avoided, especially before cameras, especially after, let me tell you, a lot of you don't know, and I am privy to some of it, the amount of effort, painstaking, which goes on behind the scenes by those who are tasked with this, to ensure a reasonable, fair transition over. That is not a casual knee-jerk. Let me assure you, it's not possible to share these with you. what happens in the night and the morning and the discussion.
No, but can you at least share with us, sir, if Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi Vadra have reached out to Amrinder Singh in the last 24 hours or have reached out to Navjot Sidhu in the last 24 hours?
I have absolutely no knowledge, no authority, and absolutely no idea of what you are asking on that front, and I will not, prevaricate or say anything on that.
Has there been any effort?
Yes.
To tell Amrinder Singh, to tell Captain Amrinder Singh, despite his having met, your political sort of rival, the BJP, Amit Shah, the National Security, despite him having met all of them, has there been any effort to try and bring back Amrinder Singh? Because he told us clearly that he's done with the Congress.
See, these are decisions, I saw your interview, these are decisions which are ultimately individual decisions. There are enough links, enough back channel talks which go on at all times. But ultimately, as I said, everybody's decision is his own. But let me tell you, a very painstaking exercise was taken to make a decision. A certain chaos is being created by a sudden reaction by Mr. Sidhu. I think that is now being looked into. As far as the captain is concerned, he is where he is. Ultimately, he's not the chief minister, but he's a tall leader. He's still in the Congress. And I don't think we should jump to conclusions. He is hurt. I can understand that. And let us hope for the best.
So there's this unusual battle happening between younger Congress leaders, for example, your Youth Congress chief, and senior leaders. Some hitting out at senior leaders in this situation on Twitter, a war of words breaking out between the two. Is this, you see, there is a larger issue going beyond Punjab over here also. Some people call it an existential issue. You may disagree with that. But the fact that you have leaders of your Congress, party workers, hitting out at each other, senior leaders versus junior ones, the fact that you've got, Kapil Sibal and his remarks and the fact that he was targeted in the manner that he was, what does that show about the Congress presently?
I think there is absolutely no place for anything which remotely resembles violence. Nobody supports it, nobody intends it. Equally, I think we have had very many conversations in the last 3 months and then before the second wave, which have been in the CWC. It is not that we haven't had CWCs. However, I think there is a certain thing when you go to the press. I don't support anything which remotely resembles violence, and I think this will settle down very quickly.
A final question to you, Dr. Singhvi.
These concerns will be looked into very shortly in the forthcoming CWCs, which have happened many times. You'll be surprised how many times we've had these meetings since January, minus the COVID second wave period.
Rahul Gandhi is often criticized the Prime Minister for not doing press conferences. Rahul Gandhi himself does press conferences all the time. But in a situation like this, when the party faces this incredible crisis at so many levels, why is he not talking to people? Why is he not addressing the media, answering a million questions which are being raised?
That's a supreme irony, I must say. I wish 80% of the Godi media, and I certainly don't mean your channel, would be asking this question for the now close to 8 years, where the Prime Minister in 8 years has had hardly that I can think.
No, Dr. Singhvi, you are now using all your skill in turning the tables on my question. I am asking you the opposite. I am asking you, why has Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi not spoken?
Allow me to answer. I said there's a delicious irony in that Rahul Gandhi does not have a press conference on Amrinder Singh's interview, on Sidhu's resignation, and this question is asked.
It's a valid question, sir. I'm sure you would agree. It's a valid question. We need to hear from him.
There's hardly been 48 hours, and I'm very happy and glad that people are missing Rahul Gandhi's press conferences. I only wish the country missed the Prime Minister, the Chief Executive of the nation's press conferences for 9 years and 8 years.
Well, it's an issue of accountability of the Congress as well. Will there be an answer soon is my question.
I can assure you, Rahul Gandhi will be before the press very soon.
Okay.
But don't grudge him a few days. When there are no grudgings, I don't mean you, but there are no grudgings for people in the government who have never had press conferences at all or have had fixed, predetermined questions in predetermined formats.
All right. Definitely done, Dr. Singhvi. Last answer over there. But let's hope. For me, the takeaway is that he will speak soon, yes. And let's hope we get answers for where the Congress party presently is. Thank you, sir, very much for being with us. Well, there have been lots of questions which have come in on COOP on this entire issue. Abhishek Mishra has a question and a comment. He says, why is the Congress sidelining leaders with a ground connection and a vote base? Deepali Sinha says the Aam Aadmi Party is also emerging as a strong party in Punjab. So the road to Punjab is really getting difficult for the Congress. Is it? That's what she's asking. We're completely out of time on this program. There's a lot more coming up.